Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I have to pick up my mother-in-law in an hour, so we're going to make this snappy. Alright? So good job with the demand curve shifters. Now we're going to switch over. We haven't talked about how we create the supply curve, but I'm going to tell you about the shifters so that we have more time to practice with the actual graphing and implementation of these, as opposed to me yapping like this in class. So the first one, the G, our acronym is Genti this time. Your book doesn't include this one, and a lot of people don't, but I like to do this one now because we talk about it a little bit more later on, so it kind of gets you in the mood, let's say. So government can do one of two things. It can be a royal pain in our rump, or it can be a real help when it comes to our supply curve. They can do things like regulate and tax suppliers, which makes it really hard to produce stuff. Think for a second. Let's imagine you opened a sandwich shop, and they made regulations that every time you made a hamburger, you had to put on new rubber gloves. Or you had to do a dance, sing happy birthday. I don't know. But you had to do those things. It would impede your ability to make hamburgers, to supply hamburgers. So these two things, regulations and taxes, will make our supply curve move in which direction here? Hopefully by now we know that we are decreasing. We are moving to the left. And it becomes even more important when we graph now to use our right and left arrows, because if you use up and down ones with the supply curve, you're definitely going to mess it up. So left and right here. So these are harder on suppliers, decrease our supply curve. Now this is a word here that you have to know. It is a subsidy. This is also known as financial assistance. You help somebody out. So we provide a financial assistance, a subsidy to a producer. You make hamburgers. The government provides you with some assistance. Is going to encourage or help your production, so your supply curve will move to the right. As a brief note, later on when we talk about subsidies and taxation in more detail, you will find out that these are per unit subsidies and taxes that affect our curve. But I'm not going to say much more about that because you don't need it yet, and I'll say more about it when you need it. So let's get on with this, because my mother-in-law, it doesn't like me to be late when I pick her up. So we're on to the E now.